The first thing I want to do is review the two terms. Area is what I like to call the inside of a plane figure. So I like to tell my third graders, area is inside and perimeter is outside. One way that I remember it is through this right here. If I notice inside the word perimeter, I see the word rim. Rim meaning the outside. The rims of a car are outside of the car. That is just one way that I like to remember it. Going back to area, area is the measure in square units of the inside of a plane figure. Now there are two ways to find the area of a shape. If you have the sides written down for you with numbers, for example, I have 3 and 5 here, I can find the area of inside of this shape by multiplying the two sides. If I notice 3 times 5 is equal to 15. However, a lot of times they will show you the area using shapes that look like this with squares. And this one is really easy. To find the area of the squares, all I can do is, again, I can multiply 3 times 5, or a lot of times they won't give you the numbers. I can count the blocks inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I keep going, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I get the same answer, 15 units squared. Did you guys notice that this is an example of an array? That's how I can multiply 3 down times 5 across. Going over to perimeter. Perimeter, again, remember, is the distance around a figure. And the perimeter can be found by adding up all of the sides. Now, sometimes they will give you just one side or two sides, but friends, don't get fooled. You need to remember that perimeter is the outside of the entire shape. So I have to add up all 4 sides of this shape. I have 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So if I write that down, it would look like this. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Remember to make sure that you write down each side. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. If I add all of these up, I would get 16. Ooh, I see repeated addition. So another way I could write this is 4 groups of 4, multiplication. Just another way to help us. Now, sometimes I will find the perimeter in a shape that looks like this, right? It doesn't have sides with numbers on it. It has the grids. Here is how you would find the perimeter of a shape that looks like this. Remember, perimeter is around. Perimeter around, area inside. I use tick marks, and I will tell you why. When you use tick marks to find the perimeter, it helps you to find all of the outside boxes. So for example, this one box is going to have 2 marks. I got to make sure I count every single side. So your edges like this are going to have 2 tick marks. It's really important that you use the tick marks to count, to find the perimeter, to find what is around. So I am going to add all of my tick marks, and I like to check my work. So what I will do is I will put my tick marks in, and then I will go and count them. And this helps me to make sure I've got everything. So let's start. I'm going to change my color over here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So the perimeter of this shape is 24 units. Now, how can I find the area? If you said counting the boxes, you're right. And I like to put my numbers in when I count. So I would, on my piece of paper, I would actually put down all of the numbers of the box. So if I continue to do that, it's a little hard with this, I would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Again, if this was a piece of paper, I would write in all of these numbers as I counted, and that way I could show my teacher how I got my work. So the area of this shape is 20 units. Let's look at another example. Ooh, a lot of times they will tell you what the block equals. This is one block. And here's your question. How many of these blocks are needed to make the stack shown here? Now this is a really good one. This is a 3D shape that it looks like they put a picture of. And I would most definitely use this, my pencil, to write in my shapes. My numbers, I'm sorry, on our shape. So there are 4 cubes that they've stacked here. So I know that there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I would just keep numbering 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And look, there's our answer. I would need 16 blocks to make this stack shown here. Let's look at another example. The figure below is a square. What is the perimeter of the square? Make sure that you are underlining your keyword. The keyword in this question is perimeter. And underneath of my keyword, I like to give myself my thinking cube. I know that perimeter means around. So I have to find out how many feet it is around this shape. Well, they've only given me one number, that this is 5 feet. How could I figure out these other numbers? Well, guys, if they give you 5 and it's only one number, they are telling you that everything around the square is 5. All sides are equal. I have 4 5s. So if I am going to write out my equation, it would look like this. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Again, repeated addition. And I would get 20 feet. Oop, covered up my answer there. Now I have one with just numbers. What is the perimeter of this triangle? Again, perimeter. I'm going to underline or highlight my keyword. And then on my piece of paper, to let my teacher know that I found my keyword, I would write out what my keyword and what it means. Perimeter means around. So I am going to just add up my sides here. 2 plus 5 plus 4. If I add up my sides, I would get 11. And there is my answer. One more. Let's look at this one. This one tends to be a little bit hard. It's a very visual example. And it says, David painted a picture as shown. Which measurement is closest to the perimeter of David's picture? My key word here is perimeter. I know that perimeter means around. And I also know that I have something else really important, my key. My key says that this amount right here is to 1 foot. So I have 1 here, and let's fix this. And this one is 1. Well, I have to do a little bit of thinking on these kinds of problems. I know that this is 1, so I could probably fit 1 more there, and that would be 1. Ooh, if this is 1 plus 1, that means this side is 2. If this side is 2, I know this side has to be 2. Do you see that? These sides right here are equal, and our top and our bottom is equal, and that's going to be the hardest ones to find. So let's think through this. There's 1, 2, 3. Ooh, do you think that's right? Let's check my work here. If I stopped and I thought this was 3, and then this one had to be 3, let's add. 3 plus 3 is 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that is an answer choice. But did I fill up my whole side? No. So I know 10 can't be an answer. And if 10 can't be an answer, then neither can 8, because it is definitely bigger. Let's keep going. Let's try again. I'm going to take my 3's off. All right, so I have 3 so far. 4, 5. If this is 5 and this is 5, that's 5 plus 5 is 10. 11, 12, 13, 14. I thought I did it right, but 14 isn't an answer choice. Ooh, if I notice, does this one look equal to this one? No, I made mine right here too big, so I can't be right. Let's take them off. Let's try this again. I know that these are 2 here, 2 and 2. Let's take off some of my tops here. Let me try my top again. I'm left with 2 answer choices. I'm left with 12 and 16. Well, let's see. If I have a ruler, a good way to do this would be to measure here to here, but I don't always have a ruler. So this is one of those problems where you really have to do your thinking. I'm going to try again. I've eliminated some wrong answers. I've trashed my answers that are definitely not right, and now I'm stuck with 2. So I'm going to try again. All right, I have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I probably could have spaced those out a little bit better. And if I had a piece of paper, I would show you a way easier, but I don't, so we're going to work with what we have. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, so then this has to be 6 because they're the same. Let me write out my equation and see if it would be correct. 6 plus 6 plus 2 plus 2. 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 2 is 14, plus 2 is 16. Ooh, do I have 16 as our answer? I do. That would be the best answer choice. Now,